All right.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Barbara Hawkins Dixon,
And I'm Darlene Mayman.
and we are the authors of Substance of Building a Healthy Relationship. And as we promised, we will show our book each and every time uh, to make sure everyone could see the book. This is the front cover. This is the back. We will appreciate you all support. Okay. Uh, our topic today is why is being outspoken important. Uh, it's very important to be outspoken because if you're not outspoken, people tend to take that as a sign of weakness where they can say anything to you and do anything to you, and you're going to be hush mouth and just suck it in. And so everybody has their own opinion on how they do things. And so everyone opinions matters. So therefore, you make sure your opinion matters. Uh, Peoples will run over you if you allow them to. So you have your own inner strength where you is able to say when enough is enough. Look, let me direct this. I don't care if it's in relationship, family, friends, uh, work issues, whatever it is. You have to, speak your mind. You can speak your mind without being disrespectful. And so, but if someone disrespect you, you have to get them off of you because if you don't, they will continue because they think that is okay. It was a time I once wasn't outspoken. I was a person, I would let it go so far until, you didn't push that panic button now and then I explode. So I learned by doing that, it didn't help me because now I got so much anger and frustration in me. And whereas I'm saying, man, I should have said this, why did I let that slide? And so I have learned that if it comes to mind, I'm saying it because that's the way, not hurting myself. And so, what do you think, Darlene?
Yeah, I agree with you too, because a person that is outspoken, they're gonna speak the truth. They're not gonna sugarcoat anything. And that I think that's the best way to do. I would rather be honest with the person and tell what's going on than holding a lot of stuff in and just being quiet and let it go. Because I agree with you with that too, because it took me a while to I was like the quiet person, just let things be said and don't respond, just to keep down the confusion. But then sometimes you can only just let so much go without not saying anything. So sometimes you got to just nail it right then and there. And because if you don't, like you said, that person will continue and continue to keep thinking that they can talk to you any kind of way. And being an outspoken person, that person gonna be just straight blunt with you. They gonna speak what they gotta say, and sometimes it might be offensive to you, but they not trying to be offensive in what they telling you. They just trying to be straightforward with you. But a lot of people, Bobby, don't like people just outspoken. It can be some bad toward that too, cause a person that's outspoken, a lot of people don't like that because they look at you like, you always got something to say or you always got your opinion. But it's not that. It's just that that's how they are. And I think being outspoken is good to be. Because
Yes,
that way you're not going to take much, and I'm going to give an example too. Just like me being at work, like when we have our huddles and when we have questions and stuff to ask, when you need to ask questions and you look around and nobody wants to speak up, things that are like troubling you or you see things are not right, but you're afraid to say anything. And I used to be like that at work, but now I don't because when they ask a question and if we feel like something is wrong and they want to hear what you got to say, I'm the first one to jump up. And then my group get kind of mad at me because I got 50 questions I got to ask, right? And they want me to be quiet, but I'm like, no, because that's the problem. If we don't say nothing and be outspoken, then the same stuff going to keep happening and happening. They're not going to know how to fix the situation if nobody says anything about it. So it's good to be outspoken.
Yes, it is because a lot of times is bullies in the workplace, is
Yeah,
bullies in a relationship, is
yeah,
bullies at
yeah.
you know with friendship. And
Hmm.
so if you don't express your opinion, you're gonna get ran over every time.
Yeah.
If you don't put the brakes on, look, okay,
Hmm.
I don't appreciate the way you said that, or how you said that. Let me put a stop to this right now.
Hmm.
I'm grown just like you are. Uh,
Hmm.
you not allowed to just is people shouldn't allow, should I say, people to
Hmm.
talk to them any kind
Any
of
kind of
way.
way.
Talk to me with respect because that's what
Hmm.
I'm going to give to you.
Hmm.
And so bullies, they just think one way. They just think it's just they way or no way.
Hmm.
And that's not the way it is. But again, if you accept that type of behavior,
That's
toxic
how they gonna
behavior,
treat you.
that's how they going to treat you.
Yeah.
And so, by expressing your opinion and then putting your brakes on, letting someone know when to put their brakes on,
Hmm.
it's not being uh like your point just matters, but it does matters, just like theirs matter. So
Hmm.
if you was talking to someone in the wrong way and they said, wait a minute, hold up, I don't appreciate that tone. And a lot of times when they say it, it's the tone that they say it with that makes it even worse.
Yeah.
Because you could say something and it'll be more acceptable if you say it in a respectful way.
Respectable way. Yeah.
Yeah. But when you saying that in a disrespectful way, like, look, I said this, I mean this is how it's gonna be done. No, that's how it's gonna be done by you, but
Hmm.
not by me. I set
Hmm.
my own boundaries. So, I'm not gonna allow anyone to disrespect me. And I'm not going to disrespect anyone else.
Hmm. Hmm.
And so the same thing that I put out is what I want coming back in.
That's true. That
Yeah.
is
So,
true. And I think it come with too, Barbara, as you get older too, with age too, because I think about, how I am now and what I was before when I was younger. I would just let people just say anything and I was the quiet one, wouldn't say nothing. But then now, at my age now, I don't tolerate. I'm just not going to sit back and let you just, especially if it's not you're not coming to me in the right way. If you coming to me like being disrespectful, thinking you can just say what you want to say, and then I'm supposed to just sit back and take it. I'd be like, no. So I got the way you bring it to me, I'm coming back with you the same way.
okay.
Right? Because if I'm respecting you, it got to be some boundaries. Because a lot of time people think, even with authority, because if they think they got some kind of authority over you, that you like the little person and they feel that they can say anything to you. No, I don't care if you CEO, whoever you are. Now you come to me disrespectful, I'm coming back at you the same way. We gonna fix that situation right there, because a lot of people think that they can do that because they feel they above you or over you, or they can say what they want, but you can't. You just can't do that. And if you allow them to do that, this is when they'll continue to think that they can nitpick and and pick on you and say what they want to say.
Yes. And so, that's how, I am. Even uh with people's out in the workplace with people's in higher positions. I
Mm-hmm.
wouldn't care if you was my supervisor, my boss, like you
Mm-hmm.
say,
Mm-hmm.
whoever. If you come to me wrong, I'm gonna put you on the right path. I'm gonna
Mhm.
say I have done it on
Mhm.
jobs before.
Mhm.
Like I don't care who you are, you're not gonna talk to me this way, and you're not going to overwork me because a lot of times in workplaces they have their favorites where
Mhm.
they put more work on one person than they do their favorite. And
Mhm.
so when I peep that, if a boss tell me to do something, I was direct. No, this is not my job. This is their job. So that is who you tell to do it. I'm not doing it.
Mhm.
Point blank. I'm not doing it. The worst you could do is fire me. But then if you fire me, I'ma fight back because of the reason you fired me for not doing somebody else's job.
Mhm.
And so I'm gonna, I stood up for myself. And
Mhm.
and some of the employees like, oh girl, they was like, you got him straight or you got her straight. Yes,
Mhm.
I don't care how high you think you are. You still a person just like me.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah. Yeah.
and I'm not going to idolize you because of your position. You human just like I am.
Yeah.
You might have a little more than I have or have a lot more than I have. I'm not impressed with that. And so if you come to me wrong, regardless of who you are, I'm going to correct you.
Mhm. Mhm. I find myself getting put in those positions a lot sometimes, but like you said, I have to check it. I know how to say it, but I'm gonna put you in your place. You know what I'm saying? Without being like
Right,
disrespectful. And they get the picture, walk it out, they walk away because you're not finna just think you just gonna talk to me any kind of way because you figure, you either been here longer than me or you hold this position or not. It has not been like that. It's better now, but before I wasn't saying anything, but now all I have to do now is just look at you. They already know they won't, don't even because they know I ain't gonna accept it. But like I said, people would do that if you let them. That's either at the workplace. I don't care where you're with family, with anybody. You have to speak up for yourself. You just can't let people just run all over you because they will if you let them. You have to stop that. And I'm just like I'm just blunt with it now. Okay, that's no, that ain't right, and this is not the way it should be. You have to just be straightforward with people now. You just can't sit back, and especially if you know it's wrong. The worst thing to do is know it's wrong and don't say nothing. I'd rather be able to tell you that wasn't right or you was wrong. Just like me and you, we best friends. You can tell me, darling, that's not right. And I'm not gonna get mad with you. Or I can say, Barbara, that's not right. Because that's how we are with each other. And that's
right,
how it should be. I would rather somebody be straightforward with me and don't sugarcoat nothing. I might not like it, but I would accept it and would respect you more because you was honest with me.
right.
Yeah.
Especially when you know that it's the truth. You
Yeah.
know,
Yeah.
sometimes people's want to hear what they want to hear, but
Hmm.
not what they need to hear. They will sit
Right.
and listen to you have a 30-minute conversation as long as you saying what they want to
Want
hear.
to hear, yeah.
But when you start talking things that they need to hear, they don't want to hear that
Get
conversation.
mad with you.
Yeah, get married. So
Mm-hmm.
therefore I find, you know, to me, it's a lot of people's pleaser that
Mm-hmm.
accepts anything and everything just to please someone else, to fit into this crowd, to be,
Mm-hmm.
hush mouth and let somebody else act like they above them. You know, that's
Mm-hmm.
not the way it be. Speak your mind. That's why you have a mind to speak it, to understand what other people's point of view just as well as yourself is not being one-sided because you speak your mind.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
you know.
Yeah, yeah. I think, you should be able to say, what it is that you need to say, and then you listen to what the other person have to say. You're not gonna always agree, with what each other are saying, but even if you don't agree with what they're saying, you still should, listen and respect because that's their opinion and your opinion is your opinion. But, you know, everybody's not always right. But I want you to at least listen to what I have to say too while I'm listening to what you have to say. If we don't agree, we don't agree, but that it's okay because I listen to you and you listen to me.
Absolutely. For an example, even when we were writing the book,
Mm-hmm.
Substance of Building a Healthy Relationship,
Mm-hmm.
some things you said I didn't agree with, or
Mm-hmm.
some things that I said you didn't agree with. But
Mm-hmm.
that was okay because ain't nobody gonna agree on everything.
Right.
And so we worked through that.
Mm-hmm.
If you know with what you were saying to me, if I felt like, okay, that could have been said a little better,
Mm-hmm.
okay, yeah, I see your point. The same vice versa. If I mentioned to you, well, Darlene, I don't think it should have been said that way because
Mm-hmm.
of blase this or blase that. You thought about it and you said, well, okay, yeah, maybe I make a change right there. I
Mm-hmm.
mean, so you're not expecting peoples to agree with everything that you say. And
Mm-hmm.
it's the and like I said, it's the way that you say things also. If
Mm-hmm.
you had a came to me nasty, if I had a say came to you nasty about the difference in the book, we'd be like, what is what is this? I mean, what you mean by that? You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So that's why it's important to speak to people the way you want to be spoken to
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
and to
Oh,
voice your opinion. Don't never be in a position where you feel somebody else's opinion matters more than yours.
mm-hmm. But it just amazes me because people that are outspoken tend to get enemies quickly. Like they don't want to hear the truth, like you said. So when you around somebody who just outspoken and just gonna give it to you straight up, and no sugarcoat it, then don't you notice that when you do that, you find people like getting angry with you, or they don't want to be bothered with you no more because they feeling like you think you better than them.
Yeah, that happens. That happens a lot.
Mm-hmm.
And the way I feel about that, Darlene, and I'm not saying this from an arrogant point of view, I could care less who likes me, who don't like me,
Mm-hmm.
who rocks with me, who don't rocks with me.
Mm-hmm.
Because my circle is very small.
Oh,
You
yeah.
know,
Mm-hmm.
I have trust issues. I'm just gonna keep it real.
Mm-hmm.
I have trust issues. And so I don't want anyone around me that I can't trust.
Mm-hmm.
And so, I'm not enthused to just fit in with a crowd. I
Mm-hmm.
prefer to go in a whole direction on my own
Mm-hmm.
than to be somewhere because I'm forcing myself to fit in. That's not me. That's never been me. So if you don't like me, fine.
Like,
You don't like me.
yeah.
I'm not even gonna try to change the
Mm-hmm.
uh the uh the way that I am to please you.
Mm-hmm.
So you don't like me, that's fine.
Mm-hmm.
I could live with that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I
Mm-hmm.
could live with it. So it's right. So I'm not a people's pleaser. So I don't need your permission.
Right. And you know what?
You
And I was always like that even growing up and especially in high school. I know because I know what Perry used to tell me all the time, like, you don't have friends. And I'd be like, no, I don't. And it's for a reason. Because as growing up as a teenager, And actually, I had more male friends at school than I had the girls. And the male friends because of my brothers, because they're football players and they were football players. So I had more friendship with them than with the girls because it was like I started noticing early in life that when you be around a bunch of girls or you'll see a lot of stuff, the jealousy, the envy, and the hatred and how people would act and everything. So I always spaced myself away from that because I didn't like all of that, conflict and fighting and all of that. So I always kept to myself. I was always like an introvert, a person that keep to themselves. So I never had, my circle has always been small. I can count the friends I had in high school. I think it was only two. And then as we got out of high school, we all went our separate ways. So I was never close to nobody. I fellowship with people and I, associate with people, but just saying like having friends, I was never like that. Never like that. You the only friend that I do have, cause me and you the only two that conversate. And and had that friendship because I always felt like that. I was just not that kind of person. I ain't want a bunch of girls around me and all that foolishness and stuff. Cause it always led up to something stupid or they ready to fight over stupid stuff, and I would just space away from them. Like I can't fool with them, right? And so people, I never forget parents always tell me, you don't have many friends, and I don't want none either. I
Right,
like just the way I am because then you don't have to deal with all the foolishness. Like I said, I
right.
associate with a lot of people, but then that's only to a certain extent because once I see you a funny acting person or you doing something, I'm spacing away from you too because I don't like all the foolishness. I can keep to myself. I can be happy by myself.
Yes, I sit here in my house and could be content.
Mm-hmm.
I don't need to go sit at nobody else's house.
Mm-hmm.
If I'm going out, I want to go out, doing things. I'm not one to want to go and sit up in your house and all of this.
Mm-hmm. I'm
No,
like
if I'm
that.
going to do
I'm
that,
homebound. I
I
like
might
being
as
by
well sit
myself.
home.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Why am I going to leave my house to go sit up in
It's
your house
somebody
unless
else's
it's
house.
a special occasion or
Right.
something, a
Yeah.
birthday
Yeah.
party or something special, going on?
Mm-hmm.
But just to leave my house to go sit at your house, no, I'm not going to do
Mm-mm.
that.
Mm-mm. You want to be
I have no
comfortable in your own
interest in it.
house.
Yes, I
Yeah.
could be comfortable in my own house and
Mm-hmm.
I could go shopping by myself. I could do whatever I want to do by myself.
Yeah.
I don't need a crowd around me
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
to define who I am. I already
Mm-hmm.
know who I am and where I stand with myself. And that's what's important.
Yeah. You find peace within yourself, and I'm like that
Yes,
too. I don't have to have a crowd be around a bunch of crowd of people. I can, like I said, if I want to shop, I can go shop by myself. I do what I want to do, and I'm peaceful. I ain't dealing with no drama. I ain't dealing with no he say she say stuff. I don't have the patience for all that. And I never did. Even like I said, even in high school, I just didn't have no patience for that. I would just distance myself from people, and I would watch how the girls would act and stuff, and I'd be like, not, nope, I'm not fooling with them. And I would just keep to myself. And I've always been that way. And I found it's better. Sometimes it's better to be that way. You don't have to just deal with people. You just come and go, hide and bye. See you later. That's how
right.
I like it.
Yes,
Mm-hmm.
I do too. And even to the point where what peoples that you did associate with. One
Mm-hmm.
minute everything is fine, and
Mm-hmm.
then for no reason, you know, they shift gear on you.
Yeah.
And you be
Yeah.
like, you
What
you
did you
might
do?
say
What was
to
that? What was
yourself,
that about?
yeah,
Right.
what is that about? What
Right.
happened here? You know? But
Right.
then you don't lose no sleep on it. You just say, okay, well, it is what it is.
Uh-huh.
You know, what I always say, I once didn't know you, so it don't make any difference.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, and so we hope you all enjoyed our topic today. We will be back next week with another topic. Uh, Feel free to join us anytime if you want to. join in with the discussion. All you all have to do is to get in touch with myself or Darlene, and we will give you the information that you need to join in.
Yes,
We thank you, and
yes, go ahead.
yes, we thank you and hope you join us next week, Darlene.
Yes, and you guys can also pull up our website now. It's www.friendsandbooks.com. You can go on there. You can see all of our books that we have on there, the book that we have together, Substance of Building a Healthy Relationship. And we also have our children's books on there too. So you guys can come on, put up our website. And if you want to order the books, you can order from our website now instead of going through Amazon. So we glad that you guys were here today. They had a good discussion today. And remember, there's nothing wrong with being outspoken. It's a good thing to be outspoken, but be respectful when you do it. So you guys have a blessed and wonderful day, and we'll see you next week on our next topic. Bye.
Bye. Enjoy your day.